What is up, guys, and welcome back to another Transformers video here today. And we are coming hot off of the brand new breaking news, the 5 new Transformers movies and the rumored animated show, because I was actually working on that video a couple days ago before the Michael Bay news officially dropped in the middle of the night. Earlier in that day, there were rumors swirling about a Transformers animated TV show that would be an animated crossover of G.I. Joe and Transformers. And as soon as I heard that, my immediate thought was, this is a great idea. They're no longer going to be doing that ill-conceived crossover that's live action, Rise of the Beast sequel into a G.I. Joe like they teased that at the end. Although I'm sure some people, maybe 10s and 20s of people out there, were probably very excited to see that. But at the end of the day, G.I. Joe has not been successful as a film IP. The toys have always sold out because it's Army figures. I mean, again, I'm not trying to offend G.I. Joe people here, but this is the reality. The movies really didn't do anything special, and I'm not saying the Transformers movies did either, but they certainly, without a doubt, have much more cultural impact, and the reaction to the Michael Bay return news is only proving that. You can see across X, across Instagram, across YouTube, posts are blowing up talking about the return of Bay-formers, or Michael Bay specifically to Transformers, because we don't know for sure if he's going to be continuing the Bayverse. But back to what I was going to say, we don't really have any confirmed information on a lot of these projects. We just have ideas of what they're doing. We know for sure that they said themselves, we have 5 movies in development. 2 of them are in early production, they said, and there's no news at all about them, so we can take those 2 off. And the 3 that they teased are, number 1, Michael Bay's, which has to be in production by 2029, a brand new announced Josh Cooley live-action film, and this is coming right off the news a couple weeks prior that, no, Paramount is not going to be continuing the animated Transformers 1 universe, so there's no sequel planned from Josh Cooley's Transformers 1, but they have decided to supposedly, if this is to believe to be true, to giving him a live-action movie. And that definitely excites me because I think he definitely was the best of any director we've seen so far when it comes to actually blending the lore with the story and introducing so much in Transformers 1. Transformers 1 really was just such a great experience, and it's packed through so many Easter eggs and little nods and stuff to the rest of Transformers history, lore, this, that, and the third. But specifically, the then final movie, which supposedly we're supposed to be getting, is that sequel to Rise of the Beasts. But I would wager, if this animated news is true, that that might not be the case anymore. And I would really hope if that were so, because I think that what they were doing with this new rebooted Bumblebee movie into Rise of the Beasts, it was just getting way too cluttered, way too fast. They shoved the Beast Wars characters in there prematurely, didn't really develop any of the Autobots. None of the Maximals got any development, and the Terracons were very one-dimensional, very flat villains. Unicron was literally just set up and pushed on to the future, and we'll probably never even see that version of Unicron again, and it sucks because that was the best Unicron we've ever seen in live action. Again, doesn't really have much to compare to because we got with the Bayverse what they decided to do with that on Earth. But back to the point I'm making, if it's true that they're going to be doing a G.I. Joe Transformers animated series, I think it would be 100% the smartest idea to push back their live action crossover plans and set everything up in a G.I. Joe Transformers animated show, because while for the better part of the last decade, all of the animated shows we've gotten have been extremely dumbed down and tailored to kids, I'm not going to say that there's a problem with you if you like all these shows like Earthspark and Robots in Disguise and all this stuff, but in my opinion, it is slop compared to things like Transformers Prime and Transformers Animated, Transformers Armada, Transformers G1, all of these other shows, which without saying it plainly, they're not tailored to literal children, and they have to treat their audience like they're stupid and have to really pull you along. And again, if you like that, I'm really happy for you, but I want more of the more mature toned Transformers to come back. and even really not, it's not even the most mature thing in the world. Not saying Transformers Prime is like adult television, but it's much more in line with something like a Clone Wars or the Justice League animated series, where kids can enjoy it, sure, but you can also watch it when you're older and take a lot more out of it. And I think that that would be the perfect thing to do with a G.I. Joe Transformers crossover, and even more so, lean into the Skybound comics and the Energon universe, which is blowing up, massively successful, and a fantastic G.I. Joe and Transformer story, which is currently being told and starting to unravel right now. I'm not saying you have to copy it, because we know they would never do that because it's too good of a story, and modern Hollywood, they never copy good stories. So the fact of the matter is, the blueprint is there. Rise of the Beasts, from what people say or not, although I think it still looks very much like Bayverse designs, Optimus at least and RC are kind of more similar to their G1 aesthetics. Mirage is just not there at all because he's basically Jazz with a sleeker alt mode with some parts forming. Wheeljack was horrendous. Stratosphere looks like a Bayverse bot. Again, I think that just some of the criticisms need to be consistent with this, because people are like, oh, well, it's the G1 aesthetic. Not really. I mean, Optimus and RC, that's about it. And Bumblebee's, his face, and Optimus's face, a lot of designs taken over from the Bayverse. But the point I'm making is, if you want to continue with that universe and maybe see what you can do with that, let's chill off with the live action stuff, because bringing Bay back, having this other movie that's supposedly being worked on as well by Josh Cooley, it can get very complicated very fast. And this reminds me back to 2017, after the Last Night time period, when like Marvel launched their big board of the upcoming movies coming out over their next saga, and the Transformers tried to do it as well. And they announced like 4 or 5 different movies, a TV show, whatever, this, that, the third, and none of it ended up coming out. The only thing that ended up coming out was the solo Bumblebee movie. But of course, they had a whole set of things planned after that. And that Bumblebee movie was supposed to be an origin for Bayverse Bumblebee, which is why even that movie, there's still so many things Lorenzo's trying to force to tie into the Bayverse, even though Knight was insistent, and even Capel, they were both insistent that their movies taking place in an inspired universe that's kind of connected through whatever multiverse Lorenzo wants to talk about, but no, these are reboots. So if they want to continue that, jump in and continue the story with the Rise of the Beast characters, but do it in animation in a way that we can satisfy the people that want to see more of that story and finish that off. But also, you need to decouple a lot of these movies from the live action if we're bringing Bay back and sliding back towards the Bayverse feel of things, because it'll just get way too complicated, and they'll run right into the position that they ran into back in 2017, around the period when they let Bay go the first time, and when he wanted to step away because he really didn't want to keep doing movies. But with the financials and all that, they were able to rope him in, and his own dissatisfaction, lack of care, all of that stuff, it played into why those movies turned out the way they were. Not fully Michael Bay's fault, but also he's not absolved from all blame. So, again, let me know what you guys are thinking about this. Do you think that we're still going to be getting a Rise of the Beast sequel that's a G.I. Joe crossover, or is this rumored animated show that was just teased out there, is that kind of a sign that maybe they are leaning more in this direction, that, okay, we'll take a break with the live action here, but we can continue this story and build something stronger in animated? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Likes, dislikes, anything is appreciated. And until next time, peace.